Hello, my viewers. Favor dear on psychological realities. Kindly subscribe to my channel. I'll appreciate. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Brighton the PL. If you're on YouTube streets, you know that Brighton the PL, his wife, sister, and the kid were kidnapped. That's according to Brighton. And at the moment, we also know that there are very many stories coming up. And at least at the moment, no one knows who is telling the truth. Because as per Brighton and his friends, the wife was kidnapped plus the sister and the kid. And yesterday and the other day we saw the Truth Watchdog and Manzi Nairobi say that it was all a lie. Now we're saying the truth. Okay, let's go a bit in the past. A few months ago, we saw the story of young Deborah. Deborah is this young lady who went to Saudi Arabia to look for greener pastures. And he left behind the husband by the name Churchill and the son and the mother. And so apparently she has been sending money to Churchill to use for upkeep plus the kid, and the instruction was to give the mother part of the money. So Deborah was very mad when she realized that Churchill moved on with another woman and the son was missing, and the mother was never given any single cent. And so the whole plight of Deborah began. She didn't know that she was going to look for the money she has lost through Churchill, the husband, and the co-wife now, by the name Faith, or she was going to look for the kid. So as things got worse, she decided to just pursue the means of getting her son. And now Churchill went missing, leaving Deborah in the hands of Faith. Faith was the woman who Churchill had married, and she declared herself a witch. And we saw very many things she used to do on set. And she was one woman who was never remorseful of whatever she did. At a moment, we saw her take Deborah to the riverbank, and she said that the kid had been buried along the riverbank. Deborah cried, and as if that was nothing, she went on saying that she had sold the baby and no one knew what was happening. So they had to bring in a police officer by the name Gideon who helped in the case. So at a point in this story, the Faith was apprehended by the police officer, and later on she was released. So when Deborah's brother realized that Faith was released, and this came to be known, whereby she had gone to hire some goons to go attack Deborah and the brother, and those goons knew the brother, and so they couldn't attack him. So when the brother realized that, he went on, took Faith. He went and kidnapped Faith, literally, and tied her on a tree. And trust me, the whole of this story, it was full of drama. It was full of crazy things. When they tied Faith on a tree, they started torturing her for some days. And there is this time whereby Faith changed into a cat, left the clothes on the tree, and she just flew. And everyone was in a shock. Even Brighton ran away. Other people around, they all ran away. Deborah just fainted. And the whole thing has been back and forth. We saw a lot of things. We saw Deborah, Faith took a kasusu, Deborah's kasusu, and placed it on the face. Even by the time the story was ending, Deborah was still having the kasusu on face. And in the process, there's this young man who went and brought in another mganga, that's a witch doctor, to counter-attack Faye people. On that, you can go and watch the whole scenario on Brighton the PL's channel. And so when this other witch doctor came, he did his own whatever, and he threatened Faye with death. And true to his words, we saw Faye got sick. There's a time Faye got sick. She was brought on set by the brother. She was complaining of headache, and it became worse. They took her to the hospital, and then she passed on, as per what we saw on set. And then after some times, we saw people gathered at City Mortuary, and then they went to Kisii. It was said that Faye is a Kamba, but her father was from Kisii land, and that's why they were taking her to Kisii. Now, we all have seen on that set how Deborah suffered. This time they went to Uganda to look for the baby. They never saw the baby. They came back. They went to church. When they found Churchill, they went to Langata Cemetery. They never found even the grave. And even at that point, we saw how Faith attacked Churchill. She came as a spirit. Churchill was shocked. No one was seeing her, but the camera could show the whole scenario, and it was a funny scenario for one to behold. Now, when they went for burial, I think that was last month, if I'm not wrong, in Kisii. After burial, Pierre received a phone call. That's according to him, that the wife and the daughter plus the sister had been kidnapped. And it was so sad because we saw the saddening video, and everyone who loves PL or who's been following PL, everyone was a bit worried, and we all sympathized with the PL. And right now, the stories that are coming out is that it was all a scam. That PL lied about the wife and the kid and the sister being kidnapped, and even the story of Faith is a scam. Now, my question is, if the story of Faith is a scam, how comes Deborah Kasusu was still on the face by the time Faith was dying? Because the other mganga told them that you needed a lot of money to undo the thing. Now, can we call those people, those Rastafarians in Mombasa, those young men who have found with Deborah's kid, and ask them if the story was real? Because us who used to watch the story, we thought it was real. We know it is real. But now, the other day, we saw the Truth Watchdog and Manzi Nairobi say that it was all drama. My viewers, do you think all this was drama? The way I know Brighton, the few months I've been following him, I don't think this person who will come on set and just lie about the wife and the kid and the sister being kidnapped. But again, I don't know him personally, so I don't know. Now, we saw the other day the Truth Watchdog go to the previous home of Brighton, where the whole kidnap was said to have taken place, and some of the neighbors were saying that it was just but another acting. That the story about the kidnap is just an act, or just a hearsay. That the PL wanted to have some money, to acquire some money. Who is saying the truth? Because if it is true, Brighton's family were kidnapped and people are clout chasing with the whole story, then that is very wrong. And if Brighton is also lying to us, deceiving us that the family was kidnapped and it's because he wants money, or he just wants to cloud chase with everything, that can be also very wrong. Now, the question we are asking, just one question we are asking: who is saying the truth between Brighton, his people, Manzi Kibira? Who is saying the truth? Now, even the police, the officer Gideon, was it also a scam? Everything is not adding up. Our question as fans is that we need to know the truth, and we're saying the truth, because the fans have a right to know the truth. Kindly subscribe to my channel, and as I normally say, time will tell. Time will tell us who is saying the truth. If Brighton is right or is a scam, time will tell. If the truth Watchdog is cloud chasing. Time will tell.